If Alaska is on your bucket list, you're in the right place.
Alaska has been spectacular.
Because, after all, a road trip is an amazing way to experience this state. We're driving to Talkeetna and Denali, taking up to the air for an up-close flight-seeing views of North America's highest peak. We'll chase cascading waterfalls in Valdez and head out to Seward for incredible whale watching and marine wildlife viewing. If you're planning on your own Alaskan adventure or just want to follow along, join us. Let's conquer the last frontier together. It was the ultimate test. A long, sometimes grueling drive from the lower 48. But after all the miles, all the planning, all the gas,
Yay! We made it to Alaska!
the exhaustion vanished. The Alaskan adventure had officially begun.
So far, Alaska has been spectacular, and I'm here less than 24 hours. This is amazing. There's a glacier right down the street over here. You could drive to a glacier.
First stop, Talkeetna. A friend warned me that it is touristy, and I'm not gonna lie. With the tour buses and the Denali Star Train all rolling in, this place is definitely touristy, but it's also quaint and charming. We took the dogs to explore this cute, compact town with quirky shops and historic buildings. It's the perfect, lively gateway to the Alaskan wilderness and an ideal spot to kick off the road trip. So today we're doing something really cool and very touristy. We're taking a flight-seeing tour around Denali. So it was raining last night, but the clouds are starting to break up and it looks like it's going to be a beautiful day. Dogs are staying in here and will be very comfortable when we go. Right, guys? We started the trip with a non-negotiable experience, flight seeing over the Alaska Range with the fantastic crew at Talkeetna Air Taxi, heading straight for the giant himself, Denali. I know it seems expensive, but I promise you this tour was worth every single penny. There is simply no other way to grasp the impossible scale of this place. I quickly claimed the front seat next to the pilot. Perfect viewing and vlogging spot. This is North America's tallest peak, and its indigenous name, meaning the High One, is the only name that fits. The low-hanging clouds just added to the drama, making the summit look like it was floating above a sea of white. We were flying right next to massive glaciers and granite walls. At one point, I genuinely thought the wings were going to clip the mountain. That's how close we felt. Our pilot explained that it's an optical illusion. We're simply not used to seeing something on this enormous scale close up. The view was incredible. If you make it to Alaska, book this tour. Getting close to Denali is a moment you will never forget. Hey everybody, I just want to jump in here for a minute and talk about our sponsor, Redodo. I've been using Redodo batteries for over 6 months now, and I've been so impressed with their performance. In my last camper, space was at a premium. My battery compartment was tiny, and I had two 100 amp hour lithium batteries in there, and I kept running out of power. So I wanted to install a DC air conditioner. I needed massive power. Redodo's 140 amp hour batteries were the same footprint as my 100 amp hour batteries. So I was getting 40% more capacity with the same footprint. That's huge. So I was able to fit the four 140 amp hour batteries in my tiny camper, run my air conditioner, never have power problems again. Massive upgrade. These batteries work so flawlessly that when I purchased this camper 2 months ago, I had those batteries moved to the battery compartment, and it's working great. I'm totally off grid most of the time. Like, I never have to plug in. Redodo's quality is amazing. Their pricing is unbelievable. They have tons of fantastic reviews. Now for the really exciting news. If you need to upgrade your power, Redodo is running a special discount program on their website until October 19th, 2025. Use the discount code KAB to save an additional 8% on your order. And for totally worry-free shopping, they're offering a 30-day price guarantee. So don't hesitate. If you need power, do it now. That's an amazing discount at their already really low prices. Click the link in the description. Use the code KAB to get an extra 8% off. Thank you to Redodo for sponsoring this video. Thank you everybody for listening to this ad and supporting my sponsors, because my sponsors make video creation possible for me. And so do all of you. Thank you. So go get powered up. Our next stop was our home base for the next 3 nights, the 6 million acres of Denali National Park. On the drive to secure our spot at the Talkeetna campground, we immediately realized we were entering the Alaskan wild. Less than an hour in, we spotted a huge velvet antlered caribou grazing calmly right on the side of the road, barely bothered by our presence. It was an incredible welcome to the park, but it also hammered home the rule: this place belongs to the animals. Talkeetna River Campground is located on mile 29 of the Denali Park Road. But this road is slow going. It's gravel, there's wildlife. It takes probably about an hour to an hour and a half of driving to get there. The campground has a 3-night minimum for RVs, and it's about $40 a night. And then it's an extra $33.50 for a tech pass, which is the bus pass. If you want to drive around Denali, that's the only way to do it. Now, that's a critical piece of RV advice. In Denali, you can only drive your personal rig to mile 15 at the Savage River, unless you are camping further in, and then you drive in and out. You can't drive around. If you're enjoying our content, please subscribe and like the video. It helps us out so much. Ron, Lilo, and I thank you from the bottom of our heart. They're nice spots. Dogs are going crazy because there's a lot of critters around. Lilo, Lilo, come on out, come on. Dogs are strictly limited to the pavement and campgrounds. They're kept off all trails and out of the wilderness. So in this campground, you have to book for 3 nights minimum, and there's no electric or there is a water fill, but it's only for containers. You can't fill water for your RV. There's pit toilets, there's a little sink, wash dishes. With this campground, we get to drive in once and drive out once. You're not supposed to be driving around the park. You have to take a bus to get around the park or an organized tour.
From this point, the route is going to be much more narrow for the rest of our journey. For our buses, we do a yielding procedure out here. It's like a little dance on the road. So some parts of the river I'm going to be stopping to allow a vehicle to pass. Sable Mountain right now. This is the end of Cathedral Mountain. And this area is one of our more popular areas that people like to hike around if you're looking for nice wide open tundra, big fun areas with ridge lines and great views. This part of the cathedral to our left is pretty spectacular to walk around.
This commitment to protecting the wild leads to the most surprising rule. Off-trail hiking is actively encouraged. To protect the terrain, you're expected to blaze your own line through the bush, the exact opposite of what every other park teaches you.
They look like little gophers, Arctic prairie dogs. These Arctic ground squirrels, they are super cute, and they are the bottom of the food chain. That's our fast food here in Denali.
The 90-mile park road is currently closed at mile 43 due to a massive, unstoppable natural disaster known as the Pretty Rocks landslide. The mountain itself is melting. Climate change is thawing the deep frozen ground, or permafrost, turning the road's foundation into unstable mud. So they're building a massive bridge to solve it, but for now, mile 43 is the end of the line.
That's why we had a landslide, and right now we have a giant bridge being built. It's a 475-foot long steel truss bridge going from cliff edge to cliff edge, almost 700 feet up in the air. It's a one-of-its-kind kind of bridge. Trying to get past this landslide.
This construction is supposed to be completed by 2026. Like, this is pretty incredible and amazing. I feel very privileged to be in this spot right now because we are in undisturbed wilderness. Just beautiful. Now this part of the river, it's glacier runoff, so that's why it's just like, looks like a whole bunch of little streams, not like a whole river. But this part of the river is open. Now on the other side of that bridge, it's not open because they said there was a carcass there, and there were wolverines and bears that were eating the carcass. So for everybody's protection, it's closed for now. This gentleman over here pointed out that there's bear tracks. He's pointing out all the tracks for us. The bus driver also said that this water is always like murky because it has a lot of silt in it, and it is rare for fish to be in this water. So you don't need a license to fish here, but there aren't very many fish. We got the ultimate safe sighting of a mama bear and her 2 cubs fishing on a distant riverbed. That was about as close as I ever needed to get to a 300-pound mama bear. We chose to hike in the established trails. There's only 2 established trails in the whole park. We took the Savage River Loop Trail. It's a popular, easy, and incredibly scenic hike right inside the area of Denali National Park, accessible to private vehicles. One thing that makes me nervous is I didn't get bear spray because I couldn't take it into Canada. So everybody else has bear spray and we don't. Wow. Leaving the interior, it was an intense 8-hour haul south to Valdez. Dropping in via Thompson Pass was a scenic masterpiece. There were cascading waterfalls, and beautiful vistas, making it feel like a hidden, misty gateway to the sea. Valdez is often called the Switzerland of Alaska. It's a rugged, resilient fishing village on Prince William Sound. We loved exploring the charming waterfront and checking out the unique local shops. But the real star of the show was the ice. We found free camping at Glacier View Park in Valdez, setting up right next to the glacier lake. This was a surreal camping experience, with blue icebergs floating just offshore. There were even ice caves visible. You occasionally can hear the deep groan sound of the ice, a constant reminder of nature's grand scale. We took a quick detour to Worthington Glacier. So we're hiking up to see a glacier. You can see it from here. Dogs are doing too. Next stop, Seward. We launched straight into Resurrection Bay for a 4-hour Kenai Fjords wildlife cruise. The day was gray and drizzly, but it didn't seem to deter the wildlife. This was an incredible show.
Wow! Holy crap! Wow! Wow! In Alaska, no matter where you are, even if you're in the middle of acreage, nature is so close by. Like beautiful nature, wildlife, water, outdoor activities, nature lovers' paradise. Overall, I love my time in Alaska. The road trip experience was incredible, offering endless scenic views that are some of the most beautiful and untouched wilderness that I have ever seen. If an Alaska trip is on your bucket list, I wholeheartedly recommend it. Just do it. The experience is so worth it. I'm sending warm, fuzzy vibes to everybody. Thank you so much for watching.